know that one.
Yeah, I know. That's Pearl Jam.
Okay.
Off of the album Vitology.
Okay.
The first single they released off of Vitology. One of my favorite Pearl Jam albums. No Code is my favorite album, but
Do you know the name of the song?
Corduroy.
Corduroy.
Yeah, they released that song. I was around. That was like 1992, 3.
You were like 35 then.
Yeah. And I was listening to the radio, and I knew that they were gonna release a single off of that record, and I was hype about the next record because the album before that, Versus for Pearl Jam, was slamming.
Mm-hmm.
So then when Vitology was coming out, because I knew they'd gotten, I think they had put Jack Irons on that, a little bit on that. I knew another drum guy from Chili Peppers, old Chili Peppers. Anyway, and so I had a radio, and you know, with the tape inside there, you could record whatever was playing. And I recorded that song and sat there and listened to that radio show and that song, because I mean, you can't cut it up or anything. In my bed when I was a kid, listening to that song right there over and over.
Very
before
cool.
the album came out. It was wild. They released that single a while before the album came out. Vitology, great.
I had a similar experience with Metallica's Saint Anger. I was in a hotel in Glasgow, Scotland, and I had the radio on my nightstand, and I found a rock station, you know, or a heavier rock station, and they said they were going to, you know, play the new single from the new album.
What was it?
Saint Anger.
Is it good?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Great Measures. My name is Richard. This is Judson.
Great Measures.
I have to show you some stuff from Saint Anger.
Whatever, you know.
Yeah. I like Saint Anger
Well, why didn't you say that?
because it's not a popular opinion.
Oh, who cares about everybody else's opinion?
My name's Richard. This is Judson. Did I do that already?
I think we've been through that already.
My bad. Sorry. My brain's not working today. So we've established so far that you like thall.
Yeah.
All right. I got a thall band.
I don't like saying it though.
Well, get
Thall.
over it. Get over it.
Thall.
Get over it.
Thall.
This band is from France.
I like.
I'm going to butcher these pronunciations, but I'm going to do my best. So it's spelled Mirar, which in Spanish I know as look, or the verb look, to look.
Mira.
That's pretty much how they pronounce it in French.
They're going to swallow their R's over there.
And it means, in French, from what I gathered, regarder, like the person that regards something, or I guess maybe admonishes something or admires something, you know, whatever. So they released...
That's the name of the band?
Yes. They're from France.
From France.
I believe it's an EP in June of this year, 2024, called Mare, M-A-R-E, meaning pond. And then this song, God, I'm going to butcher these. It actually has a piece of a piano piece, parts of a piano piece that you and I have discussed before. The song is called Rachma, R-A-C-H-M-A. And we've talked about Rachmaninoff. I don't know.
That's right.
Yeah, okay. It's an instrumental, there's no vocals. And that's all I'm really going to give you.
And these guys are thall.
Very thall. You'll pick up on that pretty quickly. But I believe it's Piano Concerto No. 2 from Rachmaninoff.
Those are big pieces.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Beetlejuice.
All right. Mirar, Rachma.
Mirar.
Ready?
Yeah. Proceed, Richard. So what do you think? You're not a thall fan, huh?
Yeah.
Are you? Mm-hmm. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Just by default? Just by the thought? The thought? Get it?
By default of like the other things I like.
Because metal. Because it's sort of a heavier metal.
I like that it's different from a lot of other subgenres. It's still new to me. I'm not the expert on thall. You know, you and I kind of behind the scenes, like I've been taking it upon myself to try to find something that you might be able to transcribe to piano and do some sort of an improvisational cover type thing with some thall songs. I try not to send you the hits, of course. Same with a couple other bands that we've listened to, like you've talked about maybe wanting to do covers of certain bands, and I try not to send you the hits because I want to show you the hits, you know, on the channel. Thall to me is, you know, we did the first Videata song, I guess that would have been towards the end of 2023, wouldn't it? Or would that have been the beginning of this year?
I don't know, bro.
I don't remember. And that was really, you know, I heard of thall because of this channel. Because of people in the comments saying, hey, you need to check out Humanity's Last Breath and Videata. And that led me down the rabbit hole of, here's an entirely different subgenre that I've never heard before.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's fresh to me.
Hmm. Do you like it?
Yeah. What I've heard.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
I know you do.
I just think that I think that there's a I'll get in trouble for this, but I think that there's an interesting the effort. Man, it's so pretty outside, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I just saw it and I just wanted to say. It shows. For me. It shows more
drug
of
test you.
Huh?
I'm gonna drug test you.
Oh no, I wouldn't notice the outside if I was on drugs.
That's true.
Yeah, I threw myself off, and then you threw me off even more. So, there's sometimes a little bit for me of a there's a hit you over the head thing in metal, and some of these subgenres of metal that I can't sort of get with.
Okay.
I just don't like to be constantly bludgeoned over the head, you know, and just it feels like that's what's going on sometimes.
Sure.
That it's just a constant here. See, you're all understand this. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. And thall gives you a breath.
Yeah.
And it also shows a different sensibility to attention to sound, to me.
Mm-hmm.
That they're not just concerned with throwing this heavy, and some of the noises in the thall music is tough, you know. That
it can be abrasive.
Yeah, it's industrial almost.
Yeah.
I like the industrial stuff, but I also don't like to be hit over the head with anything over and over and over and over and over. Change it up, you know. And that's what thall does. I like the sudden stop into pretty music and then dropping into. I mean, I like big drops into things anyway. And this is obvious. This particular song. What's this song called again? Mirar?
No, that's the band. This song is called Rachma.
Rachma. So yeah, so they're just shouting out to Monov.
Mm-hmm. I believe it's playing under.
It is. It sounds like it was, but it didn't sound like it was the whole time.
Okay.
It didn't to me.
Right.
It sounded like after when it went to a sort of a chill part. It sounded. I could be totally wrong. I was trying to hear it if it was, because the piano was sort of lower in the mix, but you could still hear it in the beginning of the song. It seemed like at one point during the song it completely dropped out and they were just playing. And then it picks up at the end. But I don't know. I don't know that's all the way true. But the moving in and out of space with the instruments, the stuff, it's easier to pick out the instruments and what they're doing, and then it's also easier for the instruments to sort of what's the word I'm looking for? To establish they're in their part. You know, there's one part where it's so low, it sounded like the bass was so low. I wonder how the guitars make those noises though. That because they'll carry a sequence out.
I want to say they use like maybe octave pedals or something.
Yeah. It's wild.
Pitch pedals. I don't know what you'd call them, but
yeah, pitch pedal. I mean,
I would say it's done with pedals.
You think so?
I would think so.
I'd like to know that. I need to look that up.
We need to make our own thall music.
Yeah. It's good stuff, man. Because to be able to have all
just
that...
a full Great Measures thall album.
with just inanimate objects, you know, like don't, you know, you just, ouch, you know. So, yeah, and just to be able to cut it. I mean, I'd like to go see something live just to see how they cut it. All that noise into the what sounds like they just got a clean channel guitar with a delay pedal on, just playing. It's what the Edge does in U2 all the time. That's how he plays. You know, he turns on a delay pedal and then plays a couple of notes and it just rings out.
Yeah.
Which great for the Edge.
Shout out to the Edge.
Shout out to you too. Yeah, I like.
And this is, from what I understand, this is a two-piece.
Say again?
This band is a two-piece.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Really?
From what I understand.
Wow. I wonder how they do that.
Don't know. Let us know if you're familiar.
Yeah. I just like the movement of this music. It's just so it's just in and out. It almost reminds me of, you know, hearing about just particle physics or something, about how things are just moving in and out of existence inside the music, inside the space, because they always maintain a space in there.
Yeah.
Always. But it's just like you can hear that you can hear the space in the middle. It never goes away. It never gets the quiet never gets drowned out in this music to me. The quiet the quiet is never so much that I'm like this, even though some of the noises are probably more abrasive than in Metallica or whatever. But because of how they're just moving in and out of space, to me, it seems so interesting. I'm still having trouble connecting. It seems very random and abstract, doesn't it? You know, melody-wise, or latching onto hooks.
This one, not so much for me. I was able to.
That's because of Monov.
Yes.
If you listen to what he's doing up there, it's so pretty. That guy wrote so many notes on the piano, like So sorry, I didn't mean to
go.
So part of Rachmaninoff, what's so cool, is he has these big chords that he'll play, and then big stuff he does in the left hand too. But if you study it, it's these notes in the middle, you know, are doing a melody all their own. while the top notes are playing. Like if you were to play them separately. So if he's playing, if he's going, or if you play each one of those notes, they have their own little melody.
Okay.
And then these will kind of come up in the middle, so you'll hear this thing, and he does it in the left hand too, and then he also is pairing maybe what the middle finger here is doing with all these big chords. I mean, they're huge, and then you'll hear this. If you pick out the things in the middle from these two chords, it'll be, and they play together. It's crazy.
Okay.
It's so good. It's so intricate and well thought out, and that the concerto stuff. That's number 2, number 3. Number 3 is a big one that people are big into right now. The rock 3, they call it.
Okay.
But so I can see where this music would fit in on it, because you're having these little things, and that's what I'm trying to hear in thall music is where I can tie my consciousness through the quieter parts and where they're dancing around. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because they all sound like little melodies that they're just being thrown in. It's like ideas that are, here I am. So I'm not really sure yet how to tie it all, how to hear what their theme is yet, which is so interesting to me, and wanting to listen to music, try to figure that out. It's like listening to this music, especially this song, Rachma, is like looking at an abstract painting of any kind at all, and trying to understand what it is they're telling you. Are they telling you it's the lines? Are they telling you it's the colors next to each other? Or is it telling you about the slope of, what is the theme of those paint? Because that's a hard thing to decipher in some of that abstract expressionism, which is my favorite kind of art. But it's to understand, is it chaos, or is it order, or is it what is it? Is it an emotion? And they express it through, there's a theme in there somewhere, and it could be something as small as an angle, or the fact that the paint comes a certain thickness off the canvas could be the theme, or whatever. So it's hard for me to find that in this music, which just makes me even more intrigued on trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
What were you fixing to say before I ran?
I have no idea.
Ran all over.
No idea.
Man, I'm sorry.
It's all good. It wasn't going to be anything groundbreaking.
Talking about you could understand what the melody was.
Yeah, I think I can. Like I was talking about, trying to find something that we think that I think you might be able to put to a piano. In doing that, I've been able to, I guess my ear has been able to adapt a little bit to figuring out what they're doing a little quicker. There's still a lot of it that's like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know where that adds to what you just did, but
but it's got to.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting when that clicks.
Yeah.
Once that thing opens up for you. Because if somebody in a thall band comes and says, I got an idea for a song. Well, let me hear it. Mm-hmm. I go, and you go, like there's got to be a formula that they're playing with.
Yeah.
And that one song that you sent me, by Villata.
It was a Villata song.
Do you know how to pronounce the name of that song?
Hell no. Manison or Massanesson.
Massanesson?
I don't know.
Massanesson, something else,
yeah.
And then something in parentheses.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm fine. I'm hearing that. I'm starting to understand the differences in those parts. Trying to figure out how to do that on piano, and I'm trying to pick. So it's fun to do. To say, let me figure out this little quiet part here. And how does it relate to the next part that's coming? Or is it the other way around? Or are they playing a part and then the quiet part relates to the thing that just happened? Or is it the quiet part then sets you up for the next thing? Because there are different sections. So it's and I'm paying attention to the bass to hear how that, is it, because a lot of times, sometimes they'll just da-dum, da-dum, and then you have to count and figure out, because there's a number sequence in there on what they're doing. Otherwise, they're just playing random stuff. They could never, unless they're going there and playing random stuff, and then listening back to it to try to recreate it, which a lot of jazz musicians will do with their albums. Modesto Martin Wood has done that before, where they just go in and just play and then cut things up into songs. But, which is cool. But, so yeah, it's thought-provoking as hell
Yeah.
for me. But some of that, there towards the end of that song, which is partly the rock song, you can hear the beautiful chord changes and what he's doing, and there's melodies in there.
Yeah.
So it might be cool to listen. Do they do this with other stuff, or is this the only thing that you know of that they did this with?
No clue. I'm just learning about this band in the last week or so.
Because they're bound by the rock piece, obviously.
Yeah.
Throughout some of the song, whether or not in the middle they stick to it or not. So chord changes, melodies, they're recreating on top of it, which might help in understanding what thall is doing when it comes to melodic offering and
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
If you have a palette that they're then mimicking
Sure.
or imitating, or yeah, you'd have to say imitating, I guess. Yeah, it pumps me up.
I know. I can tell.
It pumps
I
me
like
up.
it.
I like this music.
Well, good. We'll do some more. Thanks for watching, everybody. We are Great Measures. My name is Richard. This is Judson. That was Rachma. I don't know if I'm supposed to roll.
Rachma, probably.
By Mirar.
Mirar. Great Measures.
Have a wonderful day, everybody.